Greetings, YouTube. We have some breaking news to share with the community. And this might go under like most non-shocking new news ever because I have had so many summoners tell me over the past few months, Prof, we see this Weapon X picture because this was a mistake, right? They actually put out a missing avatar, because now it shows you receive screenshot after screenshot, even some videos saying, Prof, look, Weapon X is a new champion that's coming. And then Kabam realized it and they took it away. But it had been leaked, right? And this was, over a month ago? And so we knew that Weapon X was going to come to the game. Now the question is, how good's this guy going to be? Because if you compare him to like Kang, or what I affectionately refer to as Wang, or Thanos, I got my head chopped off in the first 10 minutes of the second movie edition. Trophy champions are cool because no one else has them, but at the same time, they're usually not people you're ever going to take past rank 2 or rank 3. So, for the first 100 summoners to 100% explore Act 6, they will get this guy. And if I'm Kabam, I'm going to make this guy maybe not OP, right? You don't want it to be so overpowered that everybody who doesn't have him just gets super upset. But you want him to be good. Even if he's a tier of like Mephisto or Nebula and has some of that utility, that's still really important for the game. So Logan became known to the Weapon X program when he joined Team X. While Team X would disband, the Weapon X program was far from finished with him. Okay, mechanics. Weapon X is a berserker, and we've tried to make his mechanics and playstyle feel like it. He's all about building up his rage charges until he snaps, and that's when the fun really starts. Once he's entered Berserk Rage, he's all out offense, starting with a burst of Unstoppable to let him charge through whatever his opponent throws at him, and Unblockable so they can run, but not hide. The only thing to really be careful about is Heal Block as your primary protection, while Berserk is that on-struck regeneration. So this is kind of what I thought the beta test change for Old Balls Logan would be, but of course, he still ended up having some pretty old balls. Okay, so we do have the 5-star rank 565 stats, which I really appreciate, versus sometimes they'll start off by giving us the max 4 stars, which at this point in the game just don't help. Okay, basic abilities, Berserker Rage, Regeneration, Unstoppable, Bleed, all great. Weapon X has no base armor, however, he does have a strong regeneration ability that will trigger when struck to balance it out, and then once he goes Berserk, he'll regenerate all the hit damage he takes, though do watch out for other damaging effects as he only regenerates the damage from the hit itself. It kind of reminds me of Magic's Limbo when she heals back after the Limbo has expired. Bleed with a chance to trigger a bleed on pretty much every hit. A decent portion of Weapon X's damage comes from bleeds. When in Berserk Rage, Weapon X has a 100% chance to trigger a bleed. So that's awesome. Obviously, if you're fighting bleed immune champions, not so much. The Unstoppable that triggers the start of Berserk Rage is both something to watch out for when fighting against Weapon X and a great tool for allowing a controlled hit or two through to trigger his big on-struck fury. Weaknesses, no armor. This seems like a pretty big weakness. Heal Block, most Weapon X's defense comes from regeneration. So, I think Yondu and his special 1 heal block is just really underrated. And when I think about matchups like this, especially with the class advantage, it becomes pretty obvious. Probably the scariest thing Weapon X can do on defense is to go Unstoppable at a bad moment, but given that his Unstoppable triggers can be predicted, slow can make this a non-issue. Yeah, he's not going to be a defensive champion, which I appreciate, because a lot of times these new champs are more defenders than offensive, and I don't do Alliance War. Immune to all types of regeneration rate modification except due to poison. Oh, well, there you go. The potency of all bleed effects is reduced by 50%. Developers note the regeneration rate modification includes things like Petrify. Oh, okay. Weapon X gains a rage charge each time he's struck. One of his abilities fails to trigger. I do think what's kind of weird about this is in order to gain those rage charges, you need to be struck, because normally your goal is to not get hit in a fight, right? Your goal is to be undefeated in terms of taking hits, but in this case, it actually helps him to take hits. Gaining rage charges as well as all the Berserk Rage effects are unaffected by ability accuracy reduction. So, Katie Candy, this is the face-blocking champ for you. There ain't no doubt about that. At 25 rage charges, Weapon X snaps and enters a Berserk Rage, lasting until his rage charges reach 0. Upon entering Berserk Rage, Weapon X goes unstoppable for seconds. Okay, development notes, Weapon X primary resource, the thing to watch to tell when he's going to go Berserk, and the thing you want to build when playing as him. The one of his abilities fails to trigger due to chance is the less straightforward one. I hate chance. I hate RNG abilities. I just want it to happen. That's how the OG champs used to be, even some of the newer champs. But, sometimes it just gives you, like Weapon X lands a hit, but his 50% chance to bleed fails, so he gains rage. Okay, Weapon X is struck by an attack, he gains 1 rage from his on-struck clause, and then he could gain a second. So I think this is going to get some awesome ramp up, but the idea of taking hits to also gain those charges it's fascinating to me. Okay, 24 and 14 attack gain. It's a pretty big gain. And then 100% chance of Instruct to gain a Fury passive granting plus 3,621 attack for 5 seconds, max 1 stack. That's also pretty awesome. Binary effects, Weapon X gains all of them the moment he goes Berserk. And then, okay, let's see. Do they have, look at all these notes. Obviously, I'm going to put the link in the information because I don't want to spend 20 minutes just reading to you. But at the same time, it's a lot. These are probably the most notes I've seen from any champion released. Signature ability, Boundless Rage. Weapon X loses himself even more completely into his rage. That's an internet phrase. Becoming even less aware of the damage wreaked on his body. Let's see if all the way down here. There we go. Synergy bonuses. Wolverine, Old Man Logan, X23. All regen buffs grant plus 15% attack. That's awesome. I mean, think about how much more attack that is for X23. And if we were to ever see a 5-star Wolverine, that'd be huge for Wolverine as well. But I think for X23 especially, that's a game changer. And then Sabretooth, plus 15% bleed, debuff potency. Okay, that's awesome. And Goldpool, Thanos, and Kang. Hey, it's Trophy Champs Unite. In Trophy Case is literally what it says. That's pretty clever. Start the fight with 5 rage charges. You would think that Deep Wounds would be encouraged with this. Okay, Double Edge. Okay, so this is definitely a Suicide Mastery friendly champ. Coagulate and Deep Wounds, that is also a given. So, yeah, those of you who said this is going to be the 100% secret champion, you were 100% correct. So what are your thoughts on this breaking news? Comment below, let me know. And as always, thank you for watching and supporting the Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel. Have a great day.